Happy Halloween, darling. I wasn't really feeling spooky this year. I wanted to be a little bit more elevated, a little bit more glam. And I've been wanting to recreate this Dior tone on tone fall 1998 look for quite some time. So what better day to do it than on Halloween? Let's get into it. I think between both the Jeffree Star cremated palette and the Beauty Bay Neutral 42 palette, I think I should have the shades enough to get close to this. I'm not gonna do a yellow base foundation like she's done. Wow, I look so much more pink in comparison. Am I really pink? Holy shit. I do love how this image is graded, but it is very warm yellow tone. So I'll do my best to get as close to that as possible, but without doing my base as yellow. Okay, so starting with the entire base layer, I'm going to do the lower lid first and then the white up at the top, and then we'll go in with the crease. So to create the first layer, I'm actually going to take the shade Burial Gown from the Jeffree Star cremated palette and mix that with a little bit of yellow from my Morphe, I think it's the 32B palette. I'll show you in just a second, but I'm gonna mix this shade and a little bit of yellow to get that kind of golden white color. So it's actually the 35B palette from Morphe. I don't know if they still make this. I got this in the Stone Age. It's so old, I don't know, but I'm gonna take a tiny bit of that and mostly that and mix it with the Burial Ground shade. Also gonna use this part of the palette as a mixing palette so that, oh, why isn't that showing up? I'm gonna use this to mix and also get rid of any fallout and continue further melding those colors. And very gently stamping that on first to mitigate fallout. Ooh, oh my God, I think I nailed it. Oh, yes. I'm going to take this up into the crease because it looks like there's like a brownish olive color in the crease, and I want this to be in the backdrop so that whatever brownish color I use in the crease, that the yellow will kind of come through on that. Pretty. I'm gonna pick up some of that pigment and go under my eye with it as well, again, so when I go in with that brown color, some of that yellow will come through on it. And I'm just picking it up on my finger, then rubbing it on my hand a little bit first to tap off the fallout. I have two different whites, so I'm just gonna swatch them first to see which of them is more opaque. This is the shade Death Blow from Jeffree Star. And then this is just the white from Morphe. I use the Jeffree Star white one. I'm taking the shade Death Blow from the Jeffree Star palette and then tapping that again to get rid of any fallout, and then up into the crease, blending that down. Looks like it's coming down. Well, pack this on first up here because that's where most of the white is concentrated. Blend it out a little bit here, bring it down into the inner eye. And then I'm gonna go in and intensify that white a little bit more up at the high points. Blend that out a little bit, and then really concentrate the white right up there where it's brightest, just up at the high point, so you get a layered effect. Oh, this is really pretty. I'm really digging this so far. I'm just gonna go back in with that original brush that I was using with the yellow and kind of blend out the edges ever so slightly. For the crease, I swatched multiple shimmer shades from the Beauty Bay Neutral 42 palette, and I think that this one is actually going to get the closest, and I'll even mix that with a little bit of green orange from my Morphe palette. So I took the shade Sugar and then a couple of different greens from the Morphe palette, kind of like this bright color, and then this more subdued one, and mix those a little bit. So I really hope that this works. I'm taking this on a dunce brush. I'm kind of just mixing it further and further on my arm to really take any of that fall off out and to lighten up that shade. Most of the color is in the crease here, so that's where I'm going to concentrate it, on the outer edge of the crease. Ooh, is this working? I think this is like, yeah. Bring that down a little bit. I will take whatever's left on my arm and go back in over here to intensify that color. And then also take that down a little bit. With the same colors, I'm just gonna do one more layer of that. And since I lost a little bit of that yellow on the lid from the fallout, I'm just gonna go back in with a ring finger with the shimmer and mix it with the beige shimmer next to it and go over to brighten and intensify that. Now for under the eye, she has like a rusty sepia kind of ochre color under there. So I'm gonna go in with the Beauty Bay neutral palette. Don't know why this isn't showing up. That is so annoying, but I'm basically gonna take 2 shades and mix them together. For the lower lid, everything will be linked down below for you. I'm taking shade Pony and Canyon and mixing those together, mixing it on the back of my hand so that there's no fallout, and I'm really mixing those colors together, and then I'll go under the eye with that. Pretty. And that's just right up to the lash line, so I'm not going to bring it out any further than that. Repeat that on the other side, starting in the center and then stippling out so that we're keeping everything basically located right in that center there. Those same shades, I'm just going to take a very tiny, what they call a concealer brush. It's just a very small rounded edge brush and concentrate that color right down there in the center. Now I'm going to lift the brows up with a little bit of brow gel. This is some whatever stuff that I got while I was in Costa Rica. She kind of has hers brushed up and then combed into place here. And then while that is setting, I will go and curl and do my lashes. Looks like she has a very thin eye line there, so I'm going to take the shade Jet and Cowboy, mix them together from the Beauty Bay palette, and do that on the very base of the lash line. Okay, and I'll repeat that now on the other eye. Curl the lashes. She doesn't have a very pronounced mascara situation going on here, so I'm just gonna go in with the CoverGirl Uncensored Exhibitionist Mascara in brownish black and just keep it concentrated down at the root of the lash and then wiggle it out ever so slightly. Kind of go out toward the tip, but concentrating it at the root first. Now I'm going in on the bottom lashes and very, very lightly with this as well. Very, very light layer. Then I'm gonna go in with the shade Pecan to give some depth to this brow. As you can see, it's a lot more orange brown. This will just brighten it up a little bit and give it a little bit more of that brownish vibe. And even lighter still then with the shade Paw, which is like a true terracotta. She does have a bit of contouring on her nose, so I'm just gonna go in with the Kat Von D Shade and Light palette and contour my nose. A little swoop there, pointing downward. Just do that on the other side. It's a little bit darker under her nose, and then most of the light is concentrated on the tip. Nice, pretty good. It's got a pretty neutral lip here, so I think I'm just gonna outline. Just gonna use the ColourPop Lippy Pencil in shade BFF and create a slightly larger outline than my natural lip. That looks about the shape. Keeping the Cupid's bow low today and actually bringing the line further out. She has kind of more of a wider lip than my natural lip, so I'm just gonna go to the very outer corner of my lip line and then also on the bottom. It does appear that it's slightly glossy, or maybe there's a little bit of a topper On a matte lip, it's pretty difficult to tell. I don't know if they're wearing the lipstick that's in the campaign, but I'll do my best to recreate it. So I've already got the shape of the lip. Now I'm gonna go in with the Maybelline Superstay Vinyl Ink in shade Captivated. You gotta shake this up first. And then once we apply it, we don't purse our lips, we don't do anything, we just let it set. Now I'll let that set. They say to let it set for 3 minutes, but I go as long as possible before touching anything, drinking anything, whatever. Like, I'll even go as far to fan. Sometimes I have my air dryer, blow dryer, whatever the hell you call it, and I'll like dry it that way. But give it a good 5 minutes, I say. I don't know if you can see in this, but under her eyes, it looks like they've powdered. I guess I could use white. Let me try to get as accurate as possible. She has a very prominent highlight underneath her eye and on her nose. So I don't have white setting powder. So what I'm gonna do is actually dip back into the Jeffree Star palette and use a little bit of white on my cheeks there. And then tapping this on my arm so it's not super, super pigmented. It doesn't appear as though she's wearing any sort of blush, so just have this kind of interesting white highlight, as if she has been skiing all winter, but she also was getting a tan at the same time. I'm just lightly tapping that on, creating the outline first. Take that extra pigment back over here and buffing it. Now I'm gonna go back in with that shade again and just concentrate a little bit in the center. Ooh, this powder is so soft. I'm just going to take a little bit onto the high point of my nose to really enhance that highlight, as well as on the tip of my nose. She has more of a line there, so see if I can pinch that and bring it down to a line. And a little bit on the chin. Fucking nailed it. Are you kidding me? Except for the skin tone, and a little bit on the center of the face. And again, knocking all of that excess off, patting it in, making sure there's no fallout. I feel like this would obviously be even more bang on. It kind of looks like a beard to me. You know, this orange, when you really look at it, it looks like a beard, and I'm not feeling that. I thought this was way more about the eye look than the rest of the skin. I'm okay that my skin is a little bit more pink. I think we really fucking nailed this. Like, hello. Yeah, that's it, babe. That's fucking it, babe. I don't have any nails on, but how'd she do that with her pinky? You know? While this isn't a historically accurate look, I did get extremely close. Like, obviously, I don't have a blonde wig. I have a very short Marilyn style blonde wig, but you know, the makeup look is what we were doing today, honey. If I had a blonde wig, it would have been unclockable. Look at this. This is the final look. I am so obsessed with this. I want to wear this every day. This is so cool. I love the white highlighting underneath the eyes, like so pretty, so flattering. Could really do without this like beard shadow that's happening. Not the most inspiring part of this makeup look to me, but it is unique because I've never seen anything like it, and it is making me really think about it. So here we are. Here is the finished look. I'm so thrilled. This is my Halloween look for this year. I've been wanting to recreate this for quite some time, so it's perfect that it's landing on Halloween. What do you think? Were you around for that campaign? I don't remember it, but I was in the 9th grade. I was just getting to high school when that campaign came out. Didn't have money for luxury products at that time, so it kind of went past me, but I have tons and tons and tons of editorial vintage makeup adverts that I would love to recreate. So what do you think of this look? Would you wear this? Would you recreate it? Leave me your thoughts in the comments below, and everything that I used is in the description, of course. Wow, I'm stoked. Like, it's Halloween, but I want to wear this every day. This is gorgeous.